That's Off Blues, your source for all things Everton. I'm Jay Palton. I'm here today to talk about Everton signing Tim Iroegbunam from Aston Villa. Probably not the perfect pronunciation, but I'm sure we'll get there. Yeah, really exciting deal. There's one that kind of came out about maybe 2 weeks ago that we were interested in him, and then it kind of snowballed out of nowhere, and it goes from Everton are interested, when it quiet, then it was medical players signed, and here we are. It's obviously been a really interesting few weeks because we had the link to Calvin Phillips, which felt like it came a little bit early in the process for Everton to be tangibly linked to somebody. And then Iroegbunam comes in. Jack Harrison is going to come in. Obviously been linked to other players as well in the meantime. So yeah, super exciting, and I think I'm not going to sit here and pretend I've ever heard of this lad before. We were linked to him. Apparently he played, I think it was 9 times in the Premier League last season, which is just incredible. I must have watched probably 7 or 8 Villa games. I've never heard of this far in my life. It was at QPR a couple of seasons back on loan, did all right there. I think that was very much seen as a kind of atypical player. Young player goes out, does well in spells, less so in others, but it's a really good learning curve for him. And I think overall that impressed Villa. And obviously he came back. He could have gone out again, but he stayed with the squad and obviously continued to play when needed at Villa. So he wasn't exactly like a mainstay in there at all, but with the options they've got, I think getting in there and playing some games is really nice. I think it looks like he's going to be the Onana replacements, probably both in the sense of he's got a profile which I think seemingly anyway, because it's a small sample size, links to Onana's, but obviously there are some differences there, and also in the sense that I'm not sure he'll come and start straight away. By the back end of last season, Onana also wasn't starting for us, so I think it's that kind of role of him coming in and being an extra midfield player who, like James Garner maybe a couple of seasons ago, will come in, develop, and will hopefully end up being a mainstay for us. I think then as well, obviously in the same way of Onana, he's a decent unit in there. He's not as big as Onana. He's not going to be a kind of even though he's not as big as Onana, I still don't think he's going to be an out-and-out destroyer, but I also think that he's going to have similar ability to Onana on the ball in terms of confident enough on the ball, carry it forward, take it past players, not like in a kind of Stephen Pienaar way, but in terms of kind of long strides, comfortable with the ball at his feet, and can take it past a couple of players and lay it off and continue his running. His technical ability seems really good. I say he's got a cracking goal for England in the 20s recently, got a couple of goals from them already, so that's obviously really good to see. And yeah, I think this is going to be another really interesting deal. Obviously, Kevin Vowell, since he's come in, has signed some players who've done quite well for us, and I think he signed some players who it's very clear are a project. Yusuf Chamiti probably chief among them in terms of, a player coming in and we all look at it and say, yeah, he's here because want to develop him and see if we can make it a player, whereas in previous seasons we have tried to sign ready articles and it's not quite worked for us. So it's clear to me he's got an eye for a player, and going out and looking at someone from Aston Villa who's kind of on the fringes, far from the headlines, not someone who's kind of on the radar at all really. I'm not seeing anyone else linked to him in terms of a permanent transfer this summer, and Everton have gone ahead and got their man. So super exciting, great to get a deal done early as well. Obviously comes with all the stuff that's going on in the background. Obviously things are looking a lot more positive, which is great. And yeah, I obviously hope that Tim can come in and be a good play for us, and hopefully both of us can build together. So let me know your thoughts on sign below. Who else you want to see brought in? What positions you think we should strengthen? And we'll see you next time. Nice one.